Well, hello everybody. Once again, it's just me, nothing else. So, like I stated in my last video, I did want to go ahead and do a product review for the Kinky Curly curling system. So what I've got here is the Kinky Curly, not today, leave-in conditioner. You see, I'm turning that the wrong way. Just want you guys to be able to take a look at it. I'm sure you've probably seen it plenty of times. I picked that up at Target. I also know that this can be found at Whole Foods Market. So your local Target or your local Whole Foods will definitely carry Kinky Curly products. Um, to go along with that, I coupled it with the Kinky Curly Curling Custard. Now, I actually purchased the Not Today from Target, and I purchased the Curly Custard from Whole Foods. That's how I know you can purchase them at both. I should have just bought both at one store, but I got the Curly Custard just to try that, and then as I started looking at more product reviews myself about how to use the Kinky Curly to make sure that I used it correctly, I realized that a lot of the product reviews, one especially by I believe it was Straight Isis, who seemed to be a real fanatic about the Kinky Curly curling system, definitely said that you want to make sure that you use the leave-in conditioner with it. So I made sure that before I used the Curly Custard, I went out and I purchased the leave-in conditioner, which is a fantastic detangler. It's got a lot of slip. It's really great. I think the products have a really good smell. I noticed that that's one thing that YouTubers do. They always comment on the smell of the product as well as the consistency of the product. Um, it smells kind of like pina colada to me, like a tropical drink. Kind of reminds me of the smell of jam. You remember hair jam from back in the day that just kind of slicked your hair to your head like a cat had licked it? Well, that's what this smells like. So the leave-in conditioner smells really good. And then when it comes to the curly custard, that's got a different kind of smell. It's a weird smell. The smell actually reminds me when I was a kid, I used to work by, I believe it was a Rydell plant. They make the helmets for the NFL. And for some reason I remember the smell. Also by Kraft plants. That's what the smell reminds me of. Kraft macaroni and cheese plants. There's one down in Champaign, Urbana, here in Illinois. And for some reason, that's the smell I remember whenever we would be around there. It used to make me sick to my stomach when you smell it constantly. But when you put it in your hair, the smell dissipates. So it's not really a big deal. Now the curly kinky curling custard (KCCC) was a very different product from anything that I've used before. I got the small jar, and I've done one application. Now, I'm still really new to learning how to do my hair, not knowing how much product to put in my hair, but when I first started putting it in, it seemed like it wasn't really taking. Now, after I put more in and I kind of, shushed it up a bit and moved it around, I started to feel a lot more slip in the hair where I could tell that the hair was actually saturated with it. But I used, I don't know, quite a bit if you can see the side of the container. I'm thinking that maybe I used a bit too much, is what I'm thinking. This stuff has amazing hold. When I first started out doing all of my, wash and goes, of course I was using the curly girl method. Everybody always tells you about the curly girl method first and foremost. I also did some reviews and I learned about the tightly curly method. But really I wanted to get off into some products and start learning how to use products in my hair more so than just that Eco Styler gel. I know a lot of people swear by Eco Styler gel on YouTube. I tried it. I got the Eco Styler, the Argan Eco Styler, and honestly, it makes my scalp itch so bad. I used a little bit earlier today just to slick down the front of my hair after doing a wash and go. And just the front of my head was itching so bad that I had to co-wash. I had to get all that stuff out of my hair and start again. So I think that products work better for me. But this works very similar to a gel. It feels very strange when you're putting it on. It doesn't feel like anything that I've ever dealt with as far as a product. It's gooey. It's hard to pick up. It took like two hands. I had to like juggle it. Um, it seemed like it was sliding down my arm in the shower while I was trying to put it in my hair. I know this all sounds bad, but once I put it in, my hair stopped dripping immediately, and I did apply the not today to dripping wet hair. I did this in the shower. One of the things they say is make sure that if you've got, a thicker or a tighter curl pattern, that you are using this on dripping wet hair, not damp hair, dripping wet. Maybe I should get closer. Dripping wet hair. This is very, very serious business. If you've got a looser curl pattern, a wavier curl pattern, then it definitely says that you should apply this to damp hair. But if you've got a tighter curl pattern, it says right on the container, for thick, coarse curls, hair must be dripping wet. Now, for loose, wavy curls, you can apply to damp or wet hair. For hair like mine, like I said, I guess it's 3C, 4A. Definitely soaking wet seemed to be the way to go. Um, so I just, applied the leave-in conditioner. Of course, once again, I left it in, and then I put the product all over. Now, it does say to section your hair when you do this, and when you have longer hair, it's much easier to take it, section it off, break it down in sections, pull the product through, smooth it, rake it. I've done a lot of watching, and I have tried to use these techniques on my shorter hair. The praying hands, of course, my hair is too short. I'm not praying anything right now, okay? I'm praying that my hair grows. But as far as raking the product through, I do try and do that. I just try and kind of rake it like this, and I'll break it off into sections, and then work on another section, and then break that off and work on another section. And once I've done all that, then I kind of zhuzh it, But my hair is still pretty short, so sectioning is not that important for me. It's more saturation for me right now. So I'm probably using more product than I will as my hair gets longer, I'm thinking, because I have no real way of making sure that I'm getting even application other than to kind of put it in there and really zhuzh it around and make sure that I'm getting it even, through finger strokes and trying to do as much dividing as I can. I did sit under a hooded dryer when I was done just because I'm going to bed tonight. And one thing that I have heard is you never want to go to sleep with damp hair. I've done this several times using the Shea Moisture products, and I don't seem to have such great results when I do that. My hair definitely seems to frizz out a lot more right in the back and on the sides. Of course, where I sleep, I'm a side sleeper. I do have cotton pillowcases, but I do use a satin bonnet, so I do make sure that I cover my hair with something satin to try and protect my hair from snagging and from drying out at night. But the sides and the back do take the brunt of my sleeping, especially with the short hair. I have no way of like braiding it or plaiting it and keeping it well together while I'm sleeping. So second day, third day, fourth day hair, a little bit tougher for me. I have to refresh my curls every day with water and, zhuzhing it around again, which pretty much means my hair is wet on a daily basis, but I don't want to go to sleep with it wet, so that's why I went under the hooded dryer. Now, I will tell you that the hair, it's hard. It's gel that you're using. It says curly custard, but it really freezes the hair very much like a gel. Now it's a little bit still damp in the back, so I'm not going to touch it too much. If I have to, I'm going to get back under the hooded dryer. I still have that going. But I did want to make sure that I did this because I'm very impressed with the Kinky Curly so far. Now we'll see how it does, for the week. I did want to try and make this product last for an entire week. I want to learn how to get 7-day hair out of my products. Eventually, this is what I'm going to have to learn how to do. I big chopped August 21st. I'm in Chicago. It's already October 1st. So the hawk is going to be coming down on us soon. It's going to get real cold. Wet hair is not going to be an option. And really rocking a fro is not going to be an option either. On the weekends, that's cool, but on the weekdays when I have to work, that's really not going to be cool. I have to be somewhat presentable um, to job standards. So hopefully I can start making these last a little bit longer because my hair is not at the stage where I can straighten it and get by the winters that way. But as far as the kinky curly goes, if you have any type of kink or curl to your hair, I don't know how this would work if you have wavy hair, but if you've got curly hair, tightly curly hair, I'd say anywhere from 3C all the way to 4C. Try this. I know it's expensive, but from what I hear, you can get 7-day hair out of it. And if you think about it, if I just use this much for one application, how long do you think both of those containers are going to last me if I can get 7-day hair out of this? This was about $17 for the small Kinky Curly Curling Custard, and I did get the small one. I'm not ever going to buy a large container of anything until I know how it works, because so many products don't work. Different hair types take things differently. Some are drier than others. Some hold moisture better than others. Some respond better to creams, while others respond better to milk. My hair, not so much so for milk. Milk is good for moisturizing, but for styling, very bad. I need something with more consistency. A gel, a thicker cream, something like that. As far as leave-in conditioners go, the Not Today seems to work very good. I know people swear by it. It's my first time using it, so, we'll see. Maybe I'll use it outside of the curly custard, not sure. But for now, the two of them together seem to work very well. The hair is still a little bit hard, so I'll probably take a little bit of coconut oil tomorrow when I wake up. Put just a little bit on my hands and kind of put that in there to soften it up a little bit. But I really do feel like I'm going to get some hold out of this. I'm very excited about the product, and I definitely recommend this product to anybody who seems to be having a little bit of a hard time keeping their wash and goes going for more than a day or two. It does seem, you know, tough to keep them going, to revive them, and still have them look nice and fresh and neat. So that is my product review on the Kinky Curly Curling System, both the Not Today leave-in conditioner as well as the Curly Custard. Right now, I'm a big fan of them. We'll see how they hold up, and I'll come back and let you know. Thanks for checking me out. Bye.